Thailand is one of the easiest countries in the world to fall in love with, and one of the easiest to mess up on day one. I see it every day. People arrive jet-lagged, confused, standing in line at the counter, the wrong counter, paying triple for a SIM card, and wondering why their taxi just vanished. So in this video, I'm giving you the exact playbook for coming to Thailand the right way, from what to do before you board the plane, to what to do the moment your feet hit Suvarnabhumi or Don Mueang Airport. This is the no stress, no scam, no rookie mistakes guide to Thailand. You ready to dig in? Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, what's up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia here. Rooftop pool at my condo. See the beautiful view of Bangkok in the background and the infinity pool right behind me. It's a beautiful evening out, nice and cool. So I thought I would do my video here tonight. But before you fly out, this is the things you need to know. And this is not all inclusive, but these are some main things that you probably need to make check marks off of before you leave for Bangkok and once you get here. All right, first of all, passport and visa check. All right, make sure that your passport has 6 months validity on it. It's very important. Know what your visa status is. Are you coming in on a visa-free entry like 93 countries can do? There you get 60 days visa-free, and then you can extend for another 30, and then you have to leave. You can come back if you want for another 60, and then you're done for the year. And no more land border runs. Those are a thing of the past. Now you have to fly out and fly back in, and you have to show an onward ticket also. Now they don't always ask for it, but it's there. If they ask for it, you have to provide it. So just know that. If you're on a tourist visa, if you fill that out before you come in, know what those are. Or if you're coming in long-term visa, there's so many different options. Pick the one that's right for you. Screenshot everything. Screenshot your onward ticket. Screenshot your accommodation bookings, your hotel, your Airbnb, wherever you're staying at. Screenshot that stuff so you know in case they ask, you've got that there. Also, traveler's insurance, guys. That's going to be essential. Have traveler's insurance. Get the insurance where you can pick and choose what coverage you want. So whether it's just medical, whether you want to cover your actual traveling. So if your flight gets delayed or canceled, you can get reimbursed. If your luggage gets lost, you can get reimbursed for that. Go to a travel insurance, get some travel insurance and get the right one and get the right coverage for you and the right length of time. That's really important. Just a peace of mind thing. Hey, real quick, I want to talk to you about travel insurance. We're partnered today with SafetyWing. So if you're traveling, living abroad, or doing the digital nomad thing, insurance is one of those things you don't think about until you really wish you had it. That's where SafetyWing comes in. They offer two main options: the Essential Plan, which covers the basics like medical emergencies, hospital stays, travel delays, and lost luggage. It's affordable, it's flexible, and you can even sign up after you've already left home. If you want more complete coverage, there's the Complete Plan. This one adds things like routine care and long-term coverage, making it ideal for expats or people living overseas full-time. What I like about SafetyWing is it's designed specifically for travelers. No complicated paperwork, monthly payments, coverage that works across borders. You can sign up online in minutes. It works in most countries, and you don't need to lock yourself into a long-term plan. It's basically insurance built for people who don't live a normal life, like me, digital nomads, expats, long-term travelers. You know who you are. If you're living abroad or traveling full-time, check out SafetyWing. I've got a link in the description below. It's one of those things you hope you never use, but you'll be glad you have it. Now, let's get back to the video. Your TDAC, which is your Thailand Digital Arrival Card. Make sure you fill that out before you leave. Now, there are kiosks at the airport to fill it out when you arrive here if you haven't done it yet, but you have to fill it out and have it done before you reach immigration. I would do it before you leave whatever your country you're coming from. It's just easier that way. That way you don't have to stand in line at the kiosks while somebody in front of you is trying to figure out how to fill theirs out. You're gonna save a lot of time if you do it beforehand. So fill it out. I'll put the link below on where to fill that out so you can do it for free and you don't get scammed. Fill it out at least 2 days prior. I think you have to do it inside that 72-hour period of leaving. You're going to need your passport information, your flight number, your address in Thailand where you'll be staying. And if you're staying at multiple addresses, just put the first one in. It's probably the best way to go. You'll get a QR code. Screenshot that QR code. That way you've got it in case they ask for it. Now, the last time I came back, when I was in the Philippines in December, came back here, I had the QR code already. They didn't even ask me for it. Of course, I'm on a different visa. I'm on an education visa, so maybe that was it. But have it there just in case. Also, before you leave, decide why you're coming here. You know, is it vacation? Is it work? Is it moving here? You know, what kind of visa do you need? Get all that figured out before, and figure out a budget and stick to that budget. The worst thing you could do is bring a bunch of money and you plan on staying here for 90 days, and in 45 days you're blowing through 4/5 of the money, and then you have to live like a bum the rest of the time you're here. That's the worst thing you could do. So budget it. What I normally do is I have all my money that I'm going to spend, and I divide it by the number of days I'm going to be here. And so say, just for argument's sake, let's say $1,000, and I'm going to be here 100 days. So what is that? $10 a day. So $10 a day, that's my budget. So one day I may spend 10, one day I may spend 5, the next day I may spend 15, but after, say, a week, then I'll count all my money again, and I'll divide it by however many days I have left in my time here, and then I'll see how much I can spend each day. That's what I do. You do what you do, I do what I do, but that's how I keep my budget right. You know, obviously you should have money in reserves in case you need it, emergency funds or whatever, but you don't want to dip into your emergency fund if you don't have to, right? So do whatever you do that's easiest for you. That's what I do, and it works for me, so whatever works for you, that's great. So doing all this stuff prior to leaving is going to save you a lot of stress and a lot of time. You don't have to do all this stuff when you get to the airport before you get to immigration. You don't have to worry about standing in another line because you're going to be in enough lines as it is. So you don't want to be in another line waiting behind some guy that doesn't know how to fill out the TDAC card online at the airport kiosk. So you definitely don't want to go through those troubles. Okay. All right, money. Don't bleed cash on your first day there. Get your currency exchange. You probably get better exchange rates outside of the airport. So once you get to your destination, that's probably the best place to find a better rate. If you need some cash, get enough just to get by, and you can do that at the different exchange places in the airport. If you're coming into Suvarnabhumi Airport, you can get the best rates at Super Rich, the green or orange ones, or at Vasu Exchange. You can go to the basement level of the Suvarnabhumi Airport near the rail link, and you'll find those exchange places there, and you'll get the best rates there. So just get enough cash if you need to get you through the day or get you to your destination. Let's talk about ATMs in Thailand. Every ATM in Thailand charges between 220 to 250 baht fees every time you use your ATM card. Now, the best thing to do is withdraw a lot of cash. Withdraw the maximum amount if you can, or if you need it. Don't do small increments because you'll be charged that 220 to 250 baht every time. So get the max out if you can. That way you're only going to be charged once for the maximum amount. Also, before you leave your country, make sure you notify your bank and your credit card companies that you're leaving and where you're going. That way, if you use those cards over here in Bangkok or in Thailand or anywhere in Southeast Asia for that matter, you're going to have approval, and you don't have to worry about getting your card locked or shut off because of the usage that they don't know that you're over here. So make sure you let them know when you're going over here, how long you're planning on staying, and when you're coming back. That way it's just going to be easier for you. Taking these precautions will save you a lot of money down the road. Even though 220 or 250 baht doesn't seem like a lot, it can add up. SIM cards and internet. Okay, so where to get a SIM card? The main three options are as follows. Airport booths for the regular phone companies like AIS and True. They also have a place called DTAC, DTAC. They're convenient, they're slightly overpriced, but they're reliable, and you're not going to get scammed. 7-Elevens, you can go into a 7-Eleven. It's a little cheaper, but you may have to do the setup yourself, whereas these other places, these phone companies, will do the setup for you. Ask for a tourist SIM and get unlimited data. Or if you're only going to be here, a couple of days or a week or whatever, you can get you don't have to get unlimited data, but get enough to cover your time here. And make sure they activate it for you. Another thing is make sure that your phone is unlocked before you leave the country, because if it's not unlocked, you're not going to be able to use SIM cards. Another option is to get an eSIM before you leave. So really your phone is your lifeline. I've got this phone here is my US phone, and it's got unlimited data through T-Mobile, and it works fine here in Bangkok. I have no problems getting data here. But another nice thing is most places have free Wi-Fi. So every time I duck into a restaurant or a bar or wherever, I can get their Wi-Fi, and I've got great service there. They've got fast, reliable Wi-Fi everywhere you go. So make sure that you've got your phone, you got everything set up for your phone, whether it's international data or whether it's a SIM card, because you need that internet. No internet, no data means no grab, no maps, no translator, and no idea where you are. So that's very important. Also, it's a good idea to have a VPN on all your equipment, your phone, your laptop, your tablet, whatever. Use that VPN. That way, all your things are safe, and you can use whatever VPN you want. It doesn't matter. They're all pretty good. If you've got one already, great. Just when you get here, just make sure it's on and functioning for all your equipment. All right, let's talk about apps that you should download. So there's a few apps that are essential, some are optional. I'm going to cover a few of these here. First of all, the Grab app. Grab and Bolt are like the Uber of Southeast Asia. Grab is really reliable. Bolt is also, it's a cheaper alternative, but not in every city. But basically in Bangkok, you got the coverage for both. Google Maps, make sure you download Google Maps. You're going to need that to find out where you're going. If you're dropped off, a couple of blocks from where you want to be, your hotel or whatever, you're going to need Google Maps to navigate to where you want to go. If you want to go out to eat somewhere and you look up a restaurant near you and it's half a kilometer away, Google Maps is going to help you find it. So Google Maps is another one to download if you haven't already. Line is it's like WhatsApp, Line is what everybody uses here. Now, a lot of Thais use WhatsApp still, but the majority of them, I would say, use Line. A lot of the Airbnbs and the hotels And the condos here, they all use Line. So it's important to download Line and get that registered as soon as you get here, if not sooner. Probably you can either use your home country phone number, or you can use your SIM card that you get here phone number. But if you use your SIM card, if it's just a temporary one, you're going to have to re-register if you change SIM cards. So might be a good idea to use your home country phone number to register. Google Translate. It's a free app. It's a lifesaver. The nice thing about Google Translate is you can type it in English and it'll translate to Thai, and you can show the person you're with what it is. You can speak in English and it will speak it in Thai. You can take a photo of it, of whatever you're looking at. Like if you're looking at a menu and it's all in Thai, take a photo of it and it's going to translate it in English. So Google Translate is an invaluable app to have anywhere in Thailand, but even here in Bangkok. Even though a lot of the people in the tourist areas, the retail, the restaurants and bars speak enough English that you can get by, it's still a good idea to have that app just in case. A currency exchange. Any currency exchange app is good. I use All Currency Converter, and you can find that in Play Store or Apple Store or whatever. Download that, and it's a free app, and it'll give you your exchange rates, and it'll update all the time. So that's a nice app to have. It's not essential, but it's nice to know where you're at as far as what your exchange rate is. And you know, if it goes up, if you're going to be here a month or 60 days maybe, or even 90 days, you know, you want to transfer money, then you can kind of keep track of the trending as far as the exchange rates are, and you can kind of time it, transfer it when it's a higher rate, exchange rate, and then you'll save a little money there. Another app would be the Wise app. So if you want to transfer money, you can do that. Wise is good to pay rent. So if you want to pay your Airbnb on a month-to-month basis, you can use the Wise card for that, or the Wise app for that. You can have a Wise card, and you can put money on it and use that like a debit card. I've got it on my mobile cards, so I've got all my cards mobile, so I don't even have to use the actual plastic card if I don't want to. So those are all options too. Airbnb and Agoda, those are two good apps to have when you're looking for places to stay. I would look for the ones that are certified or verified. That way you know you're not going to get ripped off. And especially with Agoda, make sure Agoda has actual addresses and actual places like hotels and names of condos. Don't fall for the nice condo in a nice area as the name of the condo or the name of the place in Agoda. I would skip over those and find one that shows the actual address and shows the actual location and the name of the whatever it is, condo or whatever. Also GrabFood and Food Panda, those are also two apps that you could use. Now I use the GrabFood about once every other week or so if I get lazy and don't want to go outside. You know, maybe the air quality is not great, so I want to order. That way I don't have to leave the condo if I don't want to. But you can download those for free and order. If you've got the Grab app, it's GrabFood is automatically on there, so you've got all those options. So with these apps, you can live in Thailand without speaking Thai. Without them, you're kind of playing like a video game in hard mode. All right, when you arrive, arrival day, your first 2 hours in Thailand are very important. First of all, you land, whether it's in Suvarnabhumi or Don Muang, and I'm talking about flying into Bangkok, so we'll just talk about that. Follow the signs to immigration. If you've got baggage, you're gonna have to pick up your baggage. Myself, I never carry baggage. I just carry my carry-on backpack. But you might be moving, so you might have a lot of stuff. So you might have check-in luggage that you'll have to pick up. But follow the signs to immigration. Show them your passport, your TDAC QR code if they ask for it. Like I said, have that screenshot. Your onward ticket if they ask for that. Now, if you're planning on staying and getting that extension to make a 90-day stay, you're going to have to show a onward ticket before your 60-day visa entry is up. So onwardticket.com is a place where you can buy a throwaway ticket for like $16 US, and I would just book that before you leave for Thailand within 48 hours. Don't do it before the 48 hours or outside that 48 hours, because after 48 hours the ticket automatically cancels because it's a real ticket. So they cancel it, and then if the airline or immigration checks, they're going to show that you don't have a valid ticket anymore. So do it within that 48 hours before coming to Thailand, and book it somewhere close by, because then it's going to be cheap. You can book it to Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Vietnam, wherever, but just do that. It's like $16. It's a throwaway ticket, but if they ask, you've got that there. Go to your baggage claim, pick up your bags. Hopefully they'll be intact and they'll be there. I always worry about that. Exchange a small amount of money at the airport, and I told you before where to go. Get your SIM card, told you about that. Then order your Grab, or you can take an airport, the airport rail link. So follow the signs. It's pretty easy. You can follow the signs in Suvarnabhumi or Don Muang. Don Muang, you got a little bit of a walk. You got to actually leave the airport and you walk a little bit. It's about a 10-12 minute walk to get to the station. You buy a ticket. It's not very much, and it'll take you into town. I'll probably do a separate video on those two rails and how to navigate through that if you want. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do that. Or you can, so those would be the best way. I probably wouldn't take a taxi. You can take a taxi, but don't rely on somebody to get a taxi for you. Go to the taxi stand and get a taxi that's there, and make sure they use their meter. If they're not using a meter, get out and find one that will. But I would just get a Grab or the rail line. The Grab's going to cost you about $15 probably to get where you want to go on average. All right, some warning points here, guys. Ignore anyone offering special taxi rides and special taxi deals, because they're not deals. Don't let anyone help you with your luggage. Don't let anyone help you at any of the machines, whether it's whether it's an ATM or whatever machine, or the TDAC or whatever, because they could be stealing your IDs, your identification. So don't let anybody help you. Stick with the official counters or apps. So go to if you have a question about something, find the information desk, ask there. Immigration, obviously they'll help you, but another thing to make sure you guys do is be kind. Smile, be polite, don't be antagonistic, because those immigration officers have been there all day or all night, and if they sense that you're giving them a little hard time, they've got every right to deny entry. So just be aware of that, guys. All right, culture and practical survivor tips. Okay, here's a few things to know when you're here in Thailand. First of all, know what the why is. So why, this is the why. That's how you greet people. The why, there's 3 ways. This for monks, this for people you don't know. So you can greet them. You don't have to, but you can say Sawadee Kap or Sawadee Ka if you're a woman. That's always nice. That's one of the first phrases you learn. Kap Kun Krab or Kap Kun Ka would be thank you. Sabaydi Mai is how are you? And then if somebody says Sabaydi Mai back to you, you can say Sabaydi Kap, which is I'm good, or Mai Sabai, which is I'm not good, but you're here in Bangkok, so it's got to be good, right? Take your shoes off indoors. So if you're going to look at a condo or whatever, take your shoes off at the door. That way you can look around, be respectful. Don't touch people's heads, that's sacred. Don't disrespect the monarchy or the government or the military. That's a big no-no. Keep your cool in public. Nobody likes an uncool foreigner. So don't raise your voice in public. I already talked about not doing it in immigration, but don't do it anywhere. It's the cultural thing. They don't like antagonism. They don't like confrontation. So they're not going to get an argument with you most likely, but they're also not going to like you. And the worst thing you could do is land in Bangkok and not be liked right away. That wouldn't be good. So leave your misery at your home country, guys. Dress respectfully. So if you're going for your 30-day immigration extension, your visa extension, dress nice. Don't dress like a bum. Wear closed-toed shoes. Don't wear flip-flops or sandals. You don't have to wear long pants, but you should have nice shorts and no tank tops, sleeved shirts, and just be polite, okay? And just dress okay. Temples, same way. Temples, you probably need to wear pants. I don't think they let you in if your knees are showing, knees or shoulders. So just be respectful at the temples too, guys. Keep a photo of your passport in your phone, just in case. You don't need to carry your passport around. Lock that in your safe at your hotel or your condo, and just take that picture in your phone. That should be fine. Or make a copy of it and keep it in your wallet. You're going to need that. If you buy a rabbit card or a card for the MRT, you're going to need a copy of your passport or show your passport in order to purchase one of those things. It's 100 baht to purchase the card, and then you put money on it, and then you can use the card rather than waiting in line to buy a ticket to get on the BTS, because a lot of times those lines are really, really long. So just know that it's easier. If you're going to be here a while, you're going to ride that BTS for a while, use the rabbit card. And then with the MRT, you can get a card for that as well, or you can use your bank card. Your Visa or MasterCard works. You just tap it, and it'll charge you your 20 baht or whatever it is. Tap it when you get in, tap it when you leave, and then it'll take that money out just like that. Don't carry a lot of big bills. Carry some small bills. I wouldn't carry more than a couple of thousand unless you're planning a big night out. And if it's a big night, maybe use your card, but just be careful using your card. Make sure you look at your bill before you pay, and then look at the receipt after you pay. Make sure it matches. I always use the tap machine. It's just easier that way. And if you're going to use cash, that's fine. Some places won't accept it, like 7-Elevens might not take your credit card, but they'll take the cash. But like I said, don't take a lot of cash. Just take enough to get you through the day, and then leave the rest in your safe back at your place. And don't assume that cheap means safe. Just because something is really cheap in cost doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good. Now, I have never had bad food here in Bangkok, so even the cheap street vendors is pretty good. I mean, it's really good, actually, to be honest with you. Know where the local hospitals are, just in case. Bring your prescriptions with you. Put them in the original container. That way, if they look and ask, you've got that there, and you've got the prescription with you. Copies of all your medical info if you need that. Learn basic scam awareness. The jet ski scams, the taxi scams, the temple is closed scams, the friendly strangers with business opportunity scams, I collect currency from other countries scams. Know all the scams, and just be aware. If it sounds a little fishy, it probably is. So the best advice I can give you is just walk away. If somebody comes up to you that you've never seen before, you can be cordial, say hello, and just keep walking. You know, another thing, I talk about being respectful and being friendly to Thai. You know, they don't like loud, boisterous things going on in public. So if you're in the MRT or you're in the BTS trains, keep your voice down. Don't be those rude foreigners that are laughing and yelling at each other in the train or talking loud on a phone. Don't be that guy. Just, you know, you can hold your phone call until you get off the train. One of the most underrated things is having an exit plan, okay? So know how long your money's gonna last. We talked about your budget thing and what I do. Know when you're gonna reassess, like I do, like every week, I guess, week or 10 days. I recount my money and reassess, rebudget. Know how you're gonna leave if things go sideways. And they could. I mean, Bangkok's a great place, but it could eat you up and spit you out if you're not careful. And you need to have that contingency plan in case that happens, in case you need to leave early. So a plan to leave gives you the confidence to stay, in other words. All right, guys, if you do all these things, Bangkok and Thailand stops being overwhelming and it really becomes magical. I mean, it becomes a really great place. If you do all these things, you're going to glide through immigration without any issues. You're going to pay local prices most of the time. You're going to stay connected and you're going to enjoy your stay here. Bottom line. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. If there's something I miss, there's a lot of things that I could go into big detail, but this is getting kind of long. I don't want to make it a super long one. I can always do a part 2 if I wanted to, but these are just kind of some of the things that off the top of my head I'm thinking, oh yeah, probably need to do these things. So if you're planning a trip to Bangkok or to Thailand or anywhere in Southeast Asia for that matter, save this video. Share it with friends who are planning on taking a trip too if you want, especially the ones that you think are going to mess up. And if you like this kind of real world advice that I give, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post more videos. And by the way, welcome to Thailand, welcome to Bangkok. Hope to see you when you get here. And as always, live life, my friend. Sabai sabai. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.